last week I demolded the resin ornaments, and this week I'm going to put some vinyl on them. Stay tuned to see how to do it. Hi everyone, welcome to our Crazy Life Scotland. My name's Fiona and this is part 2 of the mini-series on making epoxy resin Christmas ornaments. Last week I took them all out of the mould and sanded down any rough bits, that sort of thing. This week I'm going to be putting vinyl on a couple of the ornaments, so I thought I would just show you how I'm going to do it. Let's get into it. Right, so I've decided what vinyl I'm needing. I'm putting vinyl on 2 of the pieces. So the first one that I'm going to do is this bookmark, the red glitter one. I'm just going to put ho 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 up and down it, and I think that looks really good with the Santa belt. So I have already put it into Design Space and sized it and got it how I want it. If you're not sure how to do that, I do have a video tutorial on that which I will link for you. I just didn't want to make this video too long. So it's all ready to go. I am going to be using my Cricut Joy because it's just a small design. And I think I've attached it all. Let's just go to make it and see what happens. We have got our ho 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 there, and that's going to be on the mat, so that's fine. We have got the black part of the belt there on the mat, and we've got the gold buckle. So we're all ready to go with all of that. I'm going to click continue. And it's the Joy, so it's just connecting to it through Bluetooth. And for the white ho ho ho, I'm just going to use this vinyl, which is just a normal adhesive white vinyl. There's nothing special about it. So I will put that as, let's have a look at browse all materials, vinyl, and I'm going to want, it's just a normal vinyl. I'll just click premium vinyl. Let's see how it goes with that. I've not used normal vinyl with the Cricut Joy yet. So it's telling me to load the tools and materials now. Please excuse the mess in the background. Right, so I've got my material here. You'll notice that I have got some masking tape on it. Start again, Fiona. Oh, for goodness sake, blooper! My mat has lost its stickiness already, so I'm just holding it down there with some masking tape to make sure it doesn't move while it's cutting. And because it's not iron on, it's normal vinyl, I've got the shiny side up, and let's go. So just going to pop it in there. And the Joy will take the mat in, just make sure there's enough material, make sure it's all aligned. And the screen's telling me to hit go, so I will go. Okay, I'm going to unload, and this is where we hope it's cut properly. You probably won't be able to see it on there, but it looks like it's cut okay. So the next one we are going on to is the black. Now I'm going to use this vinyl. Look how sparkly it is now. It's cheap vinyl. I can't even remember, it was a pound shop or something like that I got it from, maybe B&M. So I don't know how this is going to cut. We will give it a go. I will tell it is, now it's more like a paper feeling than vinyl. I'll go to all materials again. Vinyl. Do you know what? I'm going to actually look at the paper ones, I think. Shimmer paper. I might try that and see what happens. It's only a tiny area anyway, so if it messes up, it's not a big deal. Here we go. Just going to click go. Right, it's cutting it twice. Looks like it's cut okay. Here's hoping. Now the next one is the gold, and I'm actually going to use this gold holographic for the buckle belt. I think that will look really nice against the red glitter of the bookmark. So I'm going to look for vinyl. We've got holographic vinyl. There we go. And done. I will get round to bookmarking all of these at some point. Okay, I went to take it off my mat and it's cut through the whole thing, but that's fine. We can manage. What I'm actually going to do to take it off here so it stays at the right distance is to remove it with transfer tape rather than waiting. I've got my transfer tape here. I'm just going to pop it down and hopefully it's gone a bit squint, but we'll work with it. We just need a tiny wee bit. That's why I'm always saying keep hold of your scraps. One thing I will say about using like masking tape or washi tape to stick things to your mat, you need to make sure that the masking tape isn't going to be where your design is, because the machine then has to cut the masking tape as well and it might not cut properly. And also you want to make sure it's not sticking off the edge of your mat or it would get stuck in the Cricut. Please excuse these daft dogs playing. Right, that's us cut everything that we need for the bookmark, but before I go on to weeding it and putting it on, I'm going to cut the vinyl for this gorgeous bauble. Again, I've already got the design ready to go. I did all this yesterday. It's now the day after the first video. Right, so what I've got here is I have got the pink circle that you can see. That's just a guide because I put that in there. That's roughly the size of the bauble so that I could see how the design will look on the actual bauble, and I think that's nice. So I've got the flying reindeer and sleigh and the word believe. So I'm going to do that in black and that in the gold. And again, I wonder if I can just use the same ones that I've already got out. I don't think that black would be any good, so I'm going to use just a proper black vinyl, I think. Because that the pink circle's a guide, it won't try to cut it. So if I click make it, I hope it's all attached and everything okay, we'll find out. So there is the black layer on the mat and there is the gold layer. So yep, we seem fine. Let's go to continue. Right, so on this left hand side, the one that's got the white background is the one that's about to cut. So if I click that, it would cut that one first, but I'm going to do the black one first. And it's just normal vinyl, so I think I'll bookmark it this time, it'll be easier. Vinyl, I'll just go to premium vinyl. What I'm going to do is bookmark it, so if I click the little bookmark there, it'll save it as one of my favourites. There we go. I have to say I love the Cricut Joy. I do like the Cricut Explorer 2 as well, but the Joy is so much quicker and easier to use. This is going to be quite intricate, so I'm hoping that it cuts okay. Again, this was a cheap vinyl and I've not used it with the Joy yet. It might be too intricate. I'll see what it's like when I read it. I might need to do some adjustments. Right, so we're on the gold one now and it's holographic vinyl again. So it's got my bookmark one there. So when I get to the holographic vinyl here, I'll bookmark that again. Holographic vinyl, bookmark, and click. Again, trying to avoid where the design's going to be. In we go. Right, so that's all the cutting done. I'm going to click done, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to weed the pieces for the bauble first because I'm a bit worried that I might need to recut the black. Right, so I'm going to cut it out first to save vinyl. Again, just make sure that you're avoiding any of the cut areas of the design when you're cutting out to save your vinyl. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do some reverse weeding, I think, since it's already starting to come apart. Hold on, there's more I can save. You know me, you never know when you're going to need a tiny little bit. Right, so I'm going to I've got my transfer tape here, and I'm going to actually put the transfer tape straight onto the bit of vinyl. Right, I think what I'm going to do is, there is still excess vinyl in the reins of the deer, but they're so delicate that I think if I try to weed it, they're just going to break. So I don't think it looks too odd like that. I am going to add the believe to it and then see what I think. But I definitely think that it's going to be best like that, rather than not having any reins and the reindeer flying on its own. You can see just how intricate it is down here, and yeah. And I thought I had made a mistake there, but that's where the believe goes. So let's weed out believe and see what happens. Again, I'm going to cut away the excess. Cutting the excess not only helps to save vinyl, but it also makes weeding easier because you're pulling away smaller pieces. Now, I'm going to try and do the little trick that I always forget to do, and that is to weed out the insides of the letters before the outside, because if you weed out the outside first, the letters can move about when you're trying to weed the inside, so they're more stable if they've still got all the vinyl round about them. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, always end up covered in tiny pieces of vinyl. So here we go, we have got our believe. I'm hoping it's going to fit now. Let's have a look. Now I'm going to do my little greaseproof paper trick. That's not my greaseproof paper trick. I didn't invent it. It's a well-known way of placing your decals carefully, so you can position it before you actually commit. So here is our bauble. Trying to do it so that you can see as well. Put my light over here a little bit so I can see better. Now I'm going to just gently put down the actual transfer tape rather than the vinyl just now. Take this out and see. Oh, I quite like it there. So I'm going to commit to it there. I'm going to burnish it down and very carefully. So that little intricate bit wanted to lift there. I think it's a good thing that I kept the bit in the reins. I'm going to go to the other side now because there's a bit wanting to lift. I always hold my breath at this bit, I don't know why. It's not going to make any difference. If it's going to lift, it's going to lift. Yay! Let's have a look. I like it. Yeah, I'm glad I kept the black bit in there. It maybe looks slightly odd, but not as odd as it would if it was just a reindeer flying on its own. So you can see there I've kept that bit in and that bit in. And I think probably if I do this decal again, yeah, you can see how delicate it is there. If I do this decal again, I'll contour it before I cut it so that there's not tiny bits like that. But I think that's worked lovely. So what I'm going to do, that it's not actually finished yet because I want to seal the vinyl in. So I'll do that when I'm doing the UV resin finishing things off. So that's all I'm doing with that one just now. Let's move on to the bookmark. So for the bookmark, I'm just going to read it all off camera because you've seen how to do it. There shouldn't be anything too tricky in this, and I'll come back to you when I'm actually placing it on the bookmark. Right, that's all the pieces weeded out, and the black bits did move a fair bit when I was taking the backing off them, but I think what I'm going to do is, rather than layering it up on a bit of transfer tape and putting it all down together, I'm going to put them all down individually. So I'm going to start with the biggest bit, which is the hole. Reusing the transfer tape. This is the same tape that I used for the bauble. Yep. Right, that was easy enough. Get my greaseproof paper. Now there's the bottom. I did make it big. I wanted it to take up pretty much all of the bookmark. So it's hard to see whether it's straight or not. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop the transfer tape down again rather than the vinyl, and that way I can still move it if I need to. Is that straight enough? Yeah, that'll do. So I'm going to burnish that down. It's quite good because the transfer tape isn't too sticky now, which does make it a little bit easier. Oh, look what's happened. It has actually stuck to my hand. So I've ended up popping the black bits down there, and I'll just put them on individually with my pokey tool rather than trying to use transfer tape, I think. So I'll put the gold bit on first, and that way I know where I'm putting them. Where am I going to pop this? So it needs to be sort of in the middle of them and relatively straight. That looks okay, I think. Down it goes. Obviously you need to be careful not to lift up any of the other bits when you're taking the tape off when you're layering. Right, now these little monsters, I would be using a different word if I wasn't on camera. I don't know which side's which, I don't think it really matters. Do you know what, I'm going to use my tweezers. Up we come. Come on, out to play. That'll do. It might not be perfect, but it's handmade. I always say handmade things shouldn't be perfect, should they? Oopsie. There we go. They're maybe a little bit far down, but you get the idea. You know that it's a belt, don't you? Yay, I like that. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, it feels like Christmas. I know it's April. Right, so again, it's not finished. I'm going to seal it, especially with these wee bits that like to move about. And I will do that with UV resin. Now, the last thing that I want to do on here is I want to try to highlight the little colours on this wee dude. Now, you can see there the shiny film that I used has actually managed to get down the side of the mould, but that's okay. That doesn't matter. So I think what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to get my gold pen. Right, so I've just got a metallic gold pen here, and I'm going to try to highlight the bits. So his eyes, the pen nib might not fit in. Oh, that's not bad. Try the beak. It's not sticking very well. It might rub off, but I'm hoping that it dries okay. His wee beak's got a wee bubble at the end. Now that excess there, just going to take a wee wipe. This is when we find out if it will stick or not. I think it is. I could get, do you know what I'll do? I'll leave that just now, because I'm going to get a cotton bud with some alcohol and see if I can take off. If not, it's not that bad. Right, and now the little wings. It's easier to see that it's a wee chick now. Still got no idea what I'm going to do with it. If you've got any ideas what to do with it, comment down below. I'm thinking of maybe making it a key ring or a bag zipper, but I'm not 100% sure. There, it's easier to see what it is now. I'm just going to get a bit of alcohol and a cotton bud. Now, when I say alcohol, this is what I mean. Isopropyl rubbing alcohol, not gin. That gets saved for later. Not using my good gin on this. Right, I'm just going to dip the cotton bud in, if I can. Yeah. And hop, that it comes off. If not, nail polish remover might have taken it off. But yeah, it seems like it's come off there okay. Woo! Yay! So I'm going to leave him to dry, and then, yeah, comment down below what you think I should do. Will I put a keyring attachment on? I might put like a clip rather than a keyring, and that way it could be used as a keyring or a bag zipper. I'll wait and see. So that's everything that I need to do in this video. I will come back to you when I'm ready to use the UV resin to seal all these things and to add the little bit of colour to the other decorations.